So let's move on. Sixers. Perhaps the most confusing NBA team I've ever seen in my life. So, like, good news. Joel Embiid wins the scoring title.
Yeah.
First center since Shaq.
Yep.
On the other hand, James Harden is like, what? Like, I don't know. James Harden. This is an analogy I was gonna make. James Harden's the guy that like asks you to go out a lot, and then you're like, all right, fine, I'll go with you to a bar, and then you end up having a fun time at the bar, and then he immediately like wants to leave, and you're like, wait, why would we leave? Why would we leave this? We're having a good time. We're talking to people. Yeah. And he's just like, no, dude, let's go to this other bar. I got another spot. And then you go with him to another spot.
He's never content.
He's never content. He's always looking for a new spot. Yeah. And, like, this is the last thing that the Sixers need. And with the Matisse Thybulle situation of him not being able to play in the first-round series, now the playoffs are set, and they got to play the freaking Toronto Raptors.
Yeah.
It's like, what could happen? Like, what is like? How far can this team go? Do you think?
Well, first of all, when I think of the Raptors, right?
Yeah.
They're just a lengthy team. Like they're just 6'8" and above, like just 7-foot wingspans, and really, I think the only person that can like match that is Matisse. Like, I mean, if you want to throw Danny Green in there, maybe, but like, you know, he's getting up there in age. But that's a huge loss. I mean, if we were to play like the Bulls or something, I think that might not have been as big of a loss, but.
So how do you think? So like, the way I see it, the only way that the Sixers like reach the finals is like Tyrese Maxey just like really consistently becomes that number 2
I agree,
guy.
But I also want to say that I think Shake Milton is going to be really key.
He had what, 30-piece?
We've seen him in the playoffs do his shit. Like we've seen it.
But bro, I don't want to rely on Shake Milton to get us.
But who else are we going to rely on if Matisse isn't there? Furkan Korkmaz? Like,
Furkan point guard. Yeah. The key to all that may be B-ball Paul. Paul Reed.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Paul
Reed. I remember when he came in as a rookie, and he was probably the most like raw offensive dude I've ever seen. Like he just like tripping over his own feet. You know, he could barely catch the ball.
Yeah, it was like a dude that just figured out how to use his limbs.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure that out.
And I watched the game the other day, and he makes this reverse, and I'm just like, is that Paul Reed? Like what? Like
double force, baby.
Like, what the hell did I just see? But yeah,
did you see Doc said we're not on a Paul Reed victory tour?
I saw that today.
Bruh.
Just come on.
Glenn.
Give him some hype.
Glenn, relax. All right? We want more B-ball Paul. Yeah. And if you're looking for a guy to replace Matisse Thybulle, Paul Reed can be that exact guy. He fits that exact body
He's lengthy. He is lengthy.
He's a lengthy bull.
Yeah.
So, first of all, do we think the Sixers get out of this series? Because ideally, I
think it's going to go 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
But if it goes 7 games, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, because Game 7 in Toronto already has their demons.
Yeah.
And I want to ride with this team so bad.
So do I. And I know you were a huge fan of the James Harden trade.
I was such a huge fan.
And I was on the other end of the spectrum. And I was like...
So when I was first telling people that were like, oh, if James Harden comes here, we win a championship. I'm like, whoa. This is still the Philadelphia 76ers that we're talking about. Championship is never guaranteed by any stretch of the imagination. And so, like, when I'm looking at that and, like, Harden, when he's at his best, yes, we've seen this team, like, blow out other opponents. Yeah. And Game 7 in Toronto, if you don't have Matisse Thybulle, and that home crowd is just rocking. Yeah. I think Fred VanVleet has had like 32 points per game in the season series or something like that, which is nuts.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like, I want to ride for the Sixers, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I can.
I'm gonna say,
it's a classic Philly fan dilemma. You're walking on pins and needles.
Yeah, it's gonna go 6 or 7 games, but
I'm gonna say Sixers steal 1 in Toronto, and they win in 6.
I like that.
I think they win in 6. I think
they either win in 6 or lose in 7.
Well, you got to pick one. What does your gut tell you right now?
I think it's going to be just like the Kawhi situation, Game 7, right down to the wire, and we're just going to... James Harden's going to make a turnover, someone's going to get injured. I don't know, dude. I literally just don't have any trust in this team.
I know, because, like, that's exactly how I felt. Like, that's exactly what being a Philly fan is. It's just like, you're just like... Something's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Something's going to go horribly wrong. So we'll take a quick break. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be right back in a few minutes.